Prayers to the gods, weed and cigars, Venus and Mars, reach for the stars. Everything authentic about me, ain't nothing fake. Picture hurdles, we is running and jumping gates. Picture turtles, we is teenagers from the sewer. Drop jewels, I'm a clumsy jeweler. Peace to everybody on planet Earth and all across the universe. Right now, you watching Healing Properties with me, Kareem Raquib. We gonna deal with all the essentials that we need as a people and as a race to come from up under oppression and advance in the future, in the next generations. So right now, we gonna get into the first topic. As a matter of fact, it's the first episode. So if you're watching this right now, you blessed. But we gonna get into the first topic, and it's a real controversial topic in our community. And when I say our, I mean people of Earth, for real. That's what I mean. Like, I'm going to specifically talk about my people and the lineage that I come from and my bloodline and what we need to do to advance. But in reality, we are the same people on planet Earth. So make sure you keep that in mind through all of my lectures. Okay. Now, like I said, the first topic is going to be a very controversial topic. But we have to touch on it because dealing with the problems that we have right now, it's a generational problem. It's almost like a curse, you know? So we have to look at it from different angles. The biggest problem in our community is how they destroyed the black family over the past 30 to 40 years, right? So when you see how they did that, that was the inception of most of the problems in the community. The politics know this, the school system know this, but it's all institutions, you know, and the institutions is built to feed off of the community as opposed to build up the community. But when I speak on the family unit, the black family, that kind of was an inside job. They snuck in and did that because if you coming from a black family, then a lot of us have come from troubled families and messed up foundations. But when you see how they did it, they use a lot of different tools. You know, they put drugs in the community. And when I say they, I mean the CIA. You can, you know, do your research. The CIA, the Italian mafia, they sold drugs and sold it in the black communities. That's what they did. That's where you get all your big time hustlers in the 60s and 70s and 80s. They was getting their drugs from a Spanish man that worked for the white man, or vice versa, however you want to put it. But this is facts. So they use drugs, they use welfare. And when I say welfare, we add in all of everything, the government structure, the judicial system. When the government got involved pretty much. And the way they benefit off it was welfare. Both sides. So now a part of the black family is destroyed and dependent on the government. Everything is okay, right? But when you dependent on the government is in charge. So who's ever giving you these benefits, you in cahoots with, you can't complain about the system. But look at it from a different direction. It's a good thing. Everybody love going to the grocery store with their food stamp card. That's beautiful. We eating, you know. But that's one way and one thing they use to really destroy the black family. Another thing they use, mass incarceration. That was a tool that that took the place of slavery. That's what we was put here for. That's what we came here for, to work for free. And all the other races that they discriminated against in the past, they came to work. Some of them came to work for free. They were slaves. Some of them, you know, was just the bottom, the bottom of the bottom, the bottom of the totem pole. You know, when the Irish came, the Italians came. If you weren't British from that bloodline, the Anglo-Saxon, then you was a nigga too. Now we get to 2017. They locking up all the niggas. What they call niggas. You feel me? Whether you Hispanic or African American. It's still the same thing. It's chattel slavery for real. They niggas in there working for what? $18 a month? Working. Welding, carpentry, mechanic, all that shit in jail. Working. It's still chattel slavery. You got brothers in prison right now working hard every day, 40 hours a week for $18 a month. $18 a month. You do the math. That's like 50, that's like not even 50 cents an hour. And I ain't did the math, but I'm sure somewhere around there. So now, that's slavery. That's still slavery for real. It is, you know, in every aspect. But that's what they used to put in place when they took actual slavery away. They put that in place as another system to destroy the black family. So now we didn't mention all these things. We didn't mention all these different things and tools that they use to destroy the black family. So now you got to think. If we look at it from a different angle, how can we win this war that they waging on us? How can we win this war that they waging on us? That should be everybody's question, whether you black or white. How can we win this war that they waging against us? Specifically the black man. How can you win that war? Well, it starts at the fundamental. It starts on the fundamental stage, and it starts at home. It starts at home. I'm going to be the first to say it. It starts at home. Since they waging war against us, though, we have to come to the realization that we can't play their game how they want us to play their game. It's not going to get us nowhere. We done tried everything. Think about it. We done tried everything. We tried the peaceful protests during the civil rights movement. You also had a more aggressive movement with the Nation of Islam and Malcolm X. Even before those movements, you had Marcus Garvey, who was very nonviolent and was able to build a movement financially, actually, with his Pan-African movement. But we tried the nonviolent. We tried the more aggressive with the NOI. We tried the even more aggressive with the Black Panther Party, you know, to the point where we going to war. They created the SWAT team for black men, for young black men. They created the SWAT team. That's why every major city police department has a militarized unit called the SWAT team. You know, they built that for the Black Panthers. And that was the last time we were super aggressive with our movement. So now, boom. We went to war with them in the streets. Do the research, shootouts. But these brothers that I'm talking about that's a part of the Black Panther Party, they was coming home from Vietnam. So they was very militarized, you know what I'm saying? And they was down for that. They was just coming home from the war, right? These college kids and kids coming home from Vietnam. They was shooting it out, killing the police too. They created the SWAT team. They shut us down. They ran in, killing Fred Hampton. They killed him in the bed with his baby and his baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Listen what I just said. The last time we was at our peak as what we would be considered in the theatrical terms, the rebels. They the empire, we the rebels. The last real rebels and soldiers we had was brothers like Fred Hampton, brothers like Huey Newton and Bobby Seale, and those brothers that was all a part of the Black Panther Party. They ran in and killed this black man, this young black man, in the bed, laying on a mattress on the floor with his baby mama, the mother of his child and his child. Shot. They found 45 shells in a mattress. Fred Hampton, do your research. Let's say that was to happen now. What we gonna do? What's the answer to that? That was the Fred Hampton happened in 2018, right? It's about listen. I'm on record now, so it's about time for something for them to shoot another shot. The time is coming. They've been mass shooting their own people, so you know they coming for one of us. All they got to hit is one of us. One of us. And it's going to be broad. And what we going to do? What we going to do? We going to protest. That's another conversation. But to zone in and hone in on Fred Hampton there with the mother of his child and his child, that's showing you they literally pinpointed, the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, literally pinpointed how to destroy him. Fuck the rules of war. We come into your house while you sleep in the bed and killing you. And Fred Hampton wasn't doing nothing but talking how I'm talking. He wasn't doing nothing but talking how I'm talking. How dare this nigga? They ran in his house and killed him. So I'm not putting that on me or nothing like that. What I'm saying is it was military strategy for them to destroy him while he was with his family. They've been literally doing that and figuratively doing that and every other way doing that for a long time. That's how they know they're going to beat us. Every time they know they're going to beat us like that. We get in the middle of their foundation, their family unit. Destroy them in the beginning. We've identified a problem. We know what the problem is, how they targeted the black families. Another tool that they use that I didn't speak on, hip hop music. I'm going to do a whole lecture on that, but that's another tool that they use. And when I say hip hop music, I mean, that's what the corporations call it. When the corporations took over it, they used it, So that's another tool that they use, but we've identified different problems and different ways they came at us. Now we got to identify a solution. And the thing about solutions is the best solution, you have to look at the problem from a different angle. So if I'm looking at it from the angle of they hit us early in a household, then I have to say, thinking on a because we have to start thinking with a military mind. We have to start thinking with a military mind. So when I think about it like a general, I say, well, we need more enforcements. We need we need reinforcements. You dig what I'm saying? We need better security. We need a stronger foundation. We need a stronger foundation. If you don't know how to play chess, I suggest you learn. It's a move in chess. I believe it's called canceling. And when you feel like your king is in trouble, you move your king. I believe it's a couple spaces to the right, and you move the rooks, and you basically build a wall around the king. With the two rooks. That's the king's kingdom. When they invading, they need reinforcements. So what I'm proposing is simply polygamy. That seems like the best solution to the problem. Why do I say polygamy? And when you say polygamy, that will make the right person feel like, oh, fuck this clown. You know what I'm saying? People, it's a stigma with the word polygamy. It's a stigma that comes with it, and almost associated to like pimping. Because we look at it on a lower, we look at the whole situation on a lower level. Like a man with numerous wives When you think of a pimp, you think of a man with numerous hoes. It's the same. So, our mind state is so negative that we automatically associate it with it. But if I'm looking at the problem from a different angle and seeing how they destroying a black family, it's hard to destroy a black family when it's a house full of soldiers. So now, most people gonna look at it on a moral level. And when I say most people, most women, especially most black women, gonna look at it like they ain't sharing their man. You not sharing your man. Understandable. I'm here to make the argument that in reality, monogamy is not even natural for a man. Now, I know morally, that's the right thing to do. That's what you're supposed to do. That's a part of being a man, having one woman. I'm speaking scientifically. And it's a scientific war that they waging on us right now. So scientifically, I look at a woman, and you look at a woman's anatomy, right? And a woman's reproductive system, which is part of the endocrine system, is just a gland. This gland produces eggs. Now, a woman has a set number of eggs. Eventually in her lifetime, she will probably run out of eggs and not be able to have babies anymore. After a certain age, women cannot reproduce anymore. Now, a man, on the other hand, his reproductive system produces semen. And it's almost an unlimited amount. The man carries the seed. You dig what I'm saying? This on a scientific level, when I think about it when I think about us in a circle of life, you know what I'm saying? If we carry a seed and a man and a woman is in a relationship, once that woman can't have children anymore, is that man supposed to stop reproducing? Give you an example. In the Bible, whether you believe it or not, these are true stories of the old customs. Do you have the patriarch of the Abrahamic religions, Abraham, the prophet? Now, this man had a wife, Sarah. He wanted to have a son. He wanted her to bear a son, but she was too old. She couldn't have kids. So she told Abraham, she told him, we'll go have a child with the servant, Hagar, an Egyptian girl. And that's where you get Ishmael, his son Ishmael he had with her. But she was handed, damn near handed to him by his wife, Sarah. They understood. This the patriarch of the Jewish faith. And the Jews, let's be honest, they run everything right now. That's not being disrespectful or nothing. How I analyze things, when I talk about the paper trail, they touching all the money right now. The corporations, all of that. I just seen a post, the New York Times, everybody that got top ranking positions at the New York Times, one of the top newspapers in the country, they are Jewish. That's neither here nor there. But they patriarch of their religion and their beliefs, his wife had the forethought, we got to carry this on. You want a son. You want a son, we got to carry this on. He was old as hell himself, but he was still able to have kids. Now, this is back then. You ain't got to believe in that, but I reference things and that makes sense to me. So at that time, I mean, you could go deeper into the story, how they put Hagar out and left her in the desert. That's a whole different thing. But they waging war against us right now. So I see that as an option, as a feasible option. Also, because we have all been in this situation before. I'll be 30 years old in 6 months. Everybody I know from my generation and the generation younger than me and before me, whether you a man or a woman, you've been in a situation where either if you a woman, you dealing with a man in some way, shape, or form that's in a relationship. I respond to all comments, so if you feel different, tell me about it. But I feel like everybody's been in that situation. Either you a man and you dealing with a female that you know she got a dude for real. You know this. Because I'm a fair guy, so not only am I going to talk about polygamy, I'm going to talk about the opposite. Not only am I going to talk about a man with multiple women, you can speak on a woman with multiple men in the household. That sounds ridiculous to me, honestly, but I believe in duality. So if it worked for men, why wouldn't it work if it was one female? That might not be for you. That ain't for me. Not even saying neither is for me. But if the shoe fits, so I say, if you've been in a relationship as a woman, if you've been in a relationship with a man that you know in a relationship with a female, or you a guy and you dealing with a female who you know got a dude, y'all need to come together. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. We dying. They killing us and we killing each other. Stop playing. It start with unity. Come together. Y'all got something in common already. Understand what I'm saying? So they call it polygamy. You could call it what you want, but it take a village to raise a child. You know, I got a lot of brothers and sisters. We all have brothers and sisters, though, to be honest. You know, I know, you know what I'm saying? A lot of different situations where this is already going on. You got the singer SZA. She's singing about the weekend and that whole situation. And she putting it out there, but she calling herself a side chick, or she speaking on a side chick. We need to get rid of that shit. Side chick, side nigga, all that. We need to get rid of that. Put it on the table. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be a certain point in time when we really ain't going to have no choice to come together. It might not be on that level. Eventually it will be, though. Now, I'm really seeing this as something, if you look at it from a different angle, that could really solve the problem of them attacking the black family, right? Because if it's 3 of us in there, 2 heads is better than 1, you know? 2 heads is better than 1. 3 heads better than 2. You could keep going, you know? It's going to come to a point when we're going to have to come together, because with mass incarceration, niggas is dying and going to jail. I'm going to stay free. They not going to get me. I refuse. I refuse to become a slave. That's slavery. And they not going to kill me. So what I'm saying is whatever it takes, we need to come together. If it start out with these love triangles that's going on that everybody's a part of, let's stop playing these games. Let's put it out here. You know? Why be negative about the situation? Why be negative about it and find a middle ground? I speak on this because one thing about my podcast, and when you hear me giving my lectures, I'm going to speak about things that I know the people that's going to make the change, what they going through. You know what I'm saying? So not only am I going to speak on controversial subjects like polygamy, I'm going to speak on drug use. You know, I'm going to speak on the senseless murders, the homicides that's going on. I'm going to speak on prostitution. I'm going to speak on those things. You know, so definitely stay tuned. Definitely use what I just gave you as food for thought. Meditate on it for a while. It might not be for your specific situation. But really, the game that I'm giving you right now, we're not gonna start seeing this manifest a while into the future. But when you see it start coming around and becoming a regular thing, and more and people more comfortable with it, go back and check this out. Come back and check this out. Until next time, peace to everybody on planet Earth and all across the universe. It's Healing Properties with me, Kareem Raquib. I'm responding to all comments via video. So I'm gonna have a little section on my next episode when I'm gonna answer your questions, or be petty if you want to be petty on the comments. Peace.